Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
After this season, I already know that the staff will have another revamping again, but this time it'll be in the front office and on the offensive side of the ball and special teams. I know Bubba will be gone after this year. Ken Dorsey might be gone, and I think we should get Klint. I think he's revitalized his father's offense, which is what Kevin likes to run, the Kubiak offense. So I think it'll be the evolution of Kevin Stefanski's offense, which should come back. I think the Ken Dorsey experiment is kind of over. Andy Dickerson, if we even keep him, he could work back with the same run blocking schemes that he's been accustomed to getting great reviews about.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. G. Bush, the Klint Kubiak thing is interesting. I wouldn't be opposed to it. There might be some that thinks it's too similar, but whatever you need to do, the offense you tried to trot out there, don't do that again. We've seen that. Don't do that again.
That's not it. This is tricky because I think this is going to be an identity thing. They tried to run that offense where it was spread and they were throwing the ball all around. Some of the running schemes weren't there up front. A lot of the different ways they were trying to scheme up the run just weren't working. They were trying to run vertical routes, but it didn't seem like, the timing wasn't all the way together. You never really had the type of personnel to stretch the field. And now you're kind of, wondering, who's going to call the plays and what's going to happen. You give Ken Dorsey control of the play calling. However, Kevin Stefanski traditionally was the guy who was calling these plays, and he gave it up. So, are they going to move another coordinator and come get another coordinator, or are they going to hire one and Kevin Stefanski is going to take the mantle? All of this stuff is in flux. I think one thing that we got to look at is there's two things at play here. One is can they make sure that they're competitive and they put up a good showing in these last few games? Because I believe if you can play these last few games, there might be an argument for saying, okay, well, if we're going to keep Jameis Winston because he's playing well, Ken Dorsey's, had to be coaching well, right? He had to be getting them, and the offense is actually working. So we'll have to evaluate that. And also we might be an evaluation of what we saw him under what Dorsey was doing. What if you went back to more of the play action type stuff? Can Jameis Winston do some of those things? So, there's a lot to be left in the air, and there's a lot of stuff that's not settled. And that's why these games matter. Even though the Browns are 3-8, there's a lot of evaluations all ongoing. These evaluations are going to continue to happen, and they should be happening because that's what we're looking at right now to figure out some of the question marks, to figure out how do we get this thing back on track so that we're not having a major rebuild where we can just retool some stuff, rethink some of our strategies and some of our schemes, and get this team back to being a playoff caliber team.